Carbonicum from Allen's Keynotes. Potassium carbonate. For diseases of old people, dropsy and paralysis with dark hair, lacks fiber, inclined to obesity. After loss of fluids or vitality, particularly in the anemic. Pains, stitching, darting, worse during rest and lying on affected side. Lying cannot bear to be touched, starts when touched ever so lightly, especially on the feet. Great aversion to being alone. Bag-like swellings between the upper eyelids and eyebrows. Weak eyes after coition, pollution, abortion, measles. Stomach distended, sensitive, feels as if it would burst, excessive flatulency, everything she eats or drinks appears to be converted into gas, nosebleed when washing the face in the morning, toothache only when eating, throbbing, aggravation when touched by anything warm or cold. Backache, sweating, weakness after abortion, labor, metrorrhagia when eating, while walking feels as if she must give up and lie down. Cough, dry, paroxysmal, loosens viscid mucus or pus which must be swallowed, spasmodic with gagging or vomiting of ingesta, hard, white or smoky masses fly from throat when coughing. Feels badly, weak before menstruation, backache before and during menses. Labor pains insufficient, violent backache, wants the back pressed. Asthma, relieved when sitting up or bending forward or by rocking, worse from 2 to 4 p.m. Persons suffering from ulceration of the lungs can scarcely get well without this antisoric. Hahnemann. Difficult swallowing, sticking pain in pharynx as of a fish bone. Food easily gets into the windpipe, pain in back when swallowing. Constipation, stool large, difficult, with stitching, colic pains an hour or two before. Heart, tendency to fatty degeneration as if suspended by a thread, very much inclined to take cold. Relations, complementary, carbo-veg. Compare Brynia, Lycopodium, Natrum mur, nitric acid, stannum. Follows well after kali sulf, phosphorus, stannum in loose rattling cough. Will bring on the menses when natrum mur, though apparently indicated, fails. Hahnemann. Kali Carbonicum from Homeopathic Materia Medica. Carbonate of potassium. The weakness characteristic of all potassium salts is seen specially in this, with soft pulse, coldness, general depression, and very characteristic stitches, which may be felt in any part of the body or in connection with any affection. All kali pains are sharp and cutting, nearly all better by motion. Never use any salts of potash where there is fever. I repeat, never use any salts of potash where there is fever. Sensitive to every atmospheric change and intolerance of cold weather, one of the best remedies following labor. Miscarriage for consequent debilitated states. Early morning aggravation is very characteristic. Fleshy aged people with dropsical and paralytic tendencies, sweat, backache and weakness, throbbing pains, tendency to dropsy, tubercular diathesis, pains from within out and of stinging character. Giving out sensation, fatty degenerations, stinging pains in muscles and internal parts, twitching of muscles, pain in small spot on left side, hypothyroidism, coccytis. Mind, despondent, alternating moods, very irritable, full of fear and imaginations, anxiety felt in stomach, sensation as if bed were sinking, never wants to be left alone, never quiet or contented, obstinate and hypersensitive to pain, noise, touch. head, vertigo on turning, headache from riding in cold wind, headache comes on with yawning. Stitches in temples, aching in occiput, one-sided with nausea on riding in carriage, loose filling in head, great dryness of hair falls out. Eyes, stitches in eyes, spots, galls, and black points before eyes. Lids stick together in morning. Swelling over upper lid like little bags. Swelling of glabella between brows. Asthenopia. Weak sight from excessive sexual indulgence. On shutting eyes, painful sensation of light penetrating the brain. Ears, stitches in ears, itching, cracking, ringing, and roaring. Nose stuffs up in warm room. Thick, fluent yellow discharge, post-nasal dropping. Sore, scurfy nostrils, bloody nasal mucus, crusty nasal openings, nosebleed on washing face in morning, ulcerated nostrils. Mouth, gums separate from teeth, pus oozes out, pyorrhea, apathy, tongue white, much saliva constantly in mouth, bad, slimy taste. Throat, dry, parched, rough, sticking pain as from a fish bone, swallowing difficult, food goes down esophagus slowly. Mucus accumulation in the morning. Stomach, flatulence, desire for sweets, feeling of lump in pit of stomach, gagging, dyspepsia of old people, burning, acidity, bloating, gastric disorders from ice water, sour eructations, nausea, better lying down, constant feeling as if stomach were full of water, sour vomiting, sobbing and cutting in stomach, disgust for food, anxiety felt in stomach, epigastrium, sensitive externally. Easy choking when eating, epigastric pain to back, abdomen, stitches in region of liver, old chronic liver troubles with soreness, jaundice and dropsy, distension and coldness of abdomen. Pain from left hypochondrium through abdomen, must turn on right side before he can rise. Rectum, large difficult stools with stitching pain an hour before. Hemorrhoids, large swollen, painful, itching ulcerated pimples around anus. Large discharge of blood with natural stool. Pain in hemorrhoids when coughing. Burning in rectum and anus. Easy prolapsus, itching. Urine, obliques to rise several times at night to urinate. Pressure on bladder long before urine comes, involuntary urination when coughing, sneezing, etc. Male, complaints from coercion, deficient sexual instinct, excessive emissions followed by weakness. Female, menses early, profuse or too late, pale and scanty with soreness about genitals, pains from back passed down through gluteal muscles with cutting in abdomen. Pain through left labium extending through abdomen to chest. Delayed menses in young girls with chest symptoms or ascites. Difficult first menses. Complaints after parturition. Uterine hemorrhage, constant oozing after copious flow with violent backache, relieved by sitting and pressure. Respiratory, cutting pain in chest, worse lying on right side, hoarseness and loss of voice, dry hard cough about 3 a.m. with stitching pains and dryness of pharynx, bronchitis, whole chest is very sensitive, expectoration scanty and tenacious but increasing in morning and after eating, aggravated right lower chest and lying on painful side. Hydrothorax, leaning forward relieves chest symptoms. Expectoration must be swallowed. Cheesy taste, copious, offensive lump. Coldness of chest, wheezing. Cough with relaxed uvula. Tendency to tuberculosis, constant cold taking, better in warm climate. Heart, sensation as if heart were suspended, palpitation and burning in heart region, weak rapid pulse, intermits due to digestive disturbance, threatened heart failure. Back, great exhaustion, stitches in region of kidneys and right scapula, small of back, feels weak, stiffness and paralytic feeling in back, burning in spine, severe backache during pregnancy and after miscarriage, hip disease, pain in knees and thighs and hip joint, lumbago with sudden sharp pains extending up and down back and to thighs. Extremities, backs and legs give out, uneasiness, heaviness and tearing in limbs and jerking, tearing pain in limbs with swelling, limbs sensitive to pressure, white swelling of knee, tearing in arms from shoulder to wrist, lacerating in wrist joints. Paralysis of old people and dropsical affections. Limbs go to sleep easily. Tips of toes and fingers painful. Soles very sensitive. Itching of great toe with pain. Pain from hip to knee. Pain in knees. Skin burning as from a mustard plaster. Sleep. Dropsy after eating, wakes about 2 o'clock and cannot sleep again. Modalities: worse after coition in cold weather from soup and coffee. In morning about 3 o'clock, lying on left and painful side. Better in warm weather, though moist, during day while moving about. Relationship: complementary carbo-veg. Lowness of vitality may suggest a preliminary course of carbo to nurse up recuperation to the point that kali carb would come in helpfully. Follows nux often in stomach and bladder troubles. Compare kali salicylinum, kali aceticum, kali ferrocinatum, kali citricum, kali oxalicum, kali picricum, kali telluricum. Also compare calcarea, ammonia, ammonium phosphorus, lycopodium, brynia, natrum, stannum, sepia. Antidotes: camphor, coffea. Dose: 30th and higher. 6th treat. Do not repeat too often. Use cautiously in old gouty cases, advanced brights and tuberculosis.